Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get started.
Hi, Hakeem. Congratulations. What was your initial impression about the Bengals at the Senior Bowl? See, on mute.
Stand by. Hang on one second, Hakeem. We have you on mute. Let me unmute you. Sorry, start up.
All right, I know like it was a tough year the year before, but I mean, prior to that, there was a lot of success, and it was like a newer coaching staff and stuff like that. But I mean, a pretty successful organization outside of last year.
And you played tackle in college, but I know you're getting some consideration at guard. Do you feel more comfortable at a tackle? Do you like playing guard?
Yeah, I'm definitely more comfortable at tackle, but I can do either though.
Hakeem, you played both tackle spots. I know mostly left in college, but you did play some right. How comfortable at both spots are you? Are you more comfortable at one than the other?
I'm more comfortable at left just because I've done it so much. But, with Duke, the guy I've been training with, we've been cross-training. So we work both sides. So, right tackle, I feel like it's never going to be, the same as left tackle just because of how much I've done it. But I can still do it, pretty close to the same high level.
Did you look forward to playing guard at the Senior Bowl, showing the position versatility, and you play at that NFL level? He's not just a lot of times, unless you're a Pro Bowl guy. I mean, you're going to be playing a lot of spots potentially. Do you think that helped, that showed that your position versatility at the Senior Bowl? Yeah,
I definitely do think it did. It was one of the things I was looking forward to because a lot of people, wanted me to kick inside the guard. And so, I worked for it, and I feel like I, showed what I could do. And it was pretty good, especially considering I hadn't played the position since, high school.
What was your
you were down there working with
offensive line coaches? What was that meeting like at the Senior Bowl when you had that time with them at the end of the week?
Say that again. I didn't hear the first part.
The Bengals offensive line coaches, when you met with them toward the end of the week, when you had that crossover meeting, what was that meeting like for you?
It was good. Coach Turner's hilarious. It's hilarious. Older guy. It was good to just hear what he had to say.
You said a lot of people talked about you moving to guard. Were there discussions when you were at Kansas of that happening?
Never really. There were, my senior year, I started to train, for center in case, that needed to happen. But guard was never really in the picture at Kansas.
When I was in high school, no star recruit, and now you're drafted. I mean, when did you start seeing this becoming a possibility? When in your career at Kansas did that light go on that you had a chance to play in the NFL?
It's always been there. This has always been my dream, and I've always worked for it, and I've always, put in that time and, that it takes and the things necessary to be successful. So in my mind, regardless of, like you said, 0-star recruit or whatever, regardless of how other people saw it, I knew that I had the ability as long as I kept on doing what I needed to do.
Did Beatty end up recruiting you out of Garland?
He did.
Okay, because I knew he coached out there back in the day. Was one of the big selling points was that, you were able to play immediately, and you were going to help out as soon as you got there. And how much do you think all those reps over 4 years played a role in your development?
Oh, big time. Experience is probably one of the biggest things. It's irreplaceable as far as it's the most important thing because it's irreplaceable. Like there's no way to prepare for playing, other than like playing. So like that's the biggest key. So being able to get all those reps was big for me in my development.
Hakeem, can you talk a little bit about that process of getting to Kansas? I know you were kind of scrambling. I read that the Air Force Academy denied your application because of a cashew allergy way late in the game. How did that all come about?
So I was committed to the Air Force Academy. Everything was going well like it was supposed to. And then late June, I get an email that says my medical waiver gets declined because of a cashew allergy, something that's really not serious. My brother's gone through it, and he said it shouldn't be a problem either. but it ended up being a big deal, and so I couldn't go. And fortunately, my high school head coach Jeff Jordan, he had gotten a job up at Kansas, and he found out about it, and I was up there a week later.
Who was the toughest guy you played against in college? Who was the toughest matchup that you recall?
I would say LJ Collier. Plays with the Seahawks now, I think.
What was it about him?
He just had really good power, and he could access his power really well. What I mean by that is kind of deceptive in how he bring it, and then he also had twitch to him.
Is there any reason you wear? Is there any reason you wear 78?
Oh, that cut out on me. Can you say that again?
Yeah, is there any reason you wear 78? Was that your number? 78?
Oh, 78. It was just kind of, I was 79 in high school, and when I got to Kansas, that was like the next closest thing to it. So I got that and I rolled with it.
Hakeem, I know you were just drafted here in the last 20, 30 minutes, so you probably don't know too much about the situation you're coming into, but you're joining a team that's really reloading with young offensive players, with Jonah Williams, the first-round offensive lineman last year, Joe Burrow this year, T. Higgins. To be coming to Cincinnati and be part of this influx of young offensive talent, I know you haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but what's it feel like to be part of this youth movement a little bit here on offense?
It's great. I feel like we're starting something new. You mentioned all those talented guys, and I'm going to come in and do my part. And I think, in a few years here, you're going to see the tides turn. I think we're going to be, a team that shocks everybody.
Team, you got as a four-year starter, you get elected captain. What did that mean to you when you got elected captain?
Oh, it was big for me because, one of the biggest pleasures is having the approval of your teammates that you put in so much work with. And so for them to see me as a leader and that guy that they want to represent them was a huge honor.
Hakeem, you went through college, played all 4 years, never been hurt. How much of a source of pride is that for you?
A huge source of pride. I played a game because I love the game, and my job is to go out there and be available for my teammates so I can help us win. And you can't help the team win if you're not on the field. So every week in and week out, I did what I had to do to be prepared and to be able to not only go out there and play, but play at a high level.
They're very excited about your intelligence. The fact you got into the Air Force Academy. What were your grades like in high school and college?
They were always pretty good. My mom's Nigerian, and so it's always been, school before football for her. And there was one time in high school I was taking like advanced classes. I got a C, and she almost threatened to make me stop playing football. So I've always been on top of my grades.
Where did you finish your high school class? Did you have a pretty good ranking in your high school class?
Yeah, I was in the top 15%.
Did you play other sports in high school?
I did. I played basketball, and I threw shot put and discus.
Did you watch any pros on tape for technique or anything?
I watched plenty of pros on tape.
Anybody in particular?
Say it again.
Anybody in particular, or is there anybody?
I'm from the Dallas area, so I watch a lot of the Cowboys online. They have a lot of real good guys to watch between Tyron Smith and Zach Martin. And then there's other guys I watch here and there. Like a Trent Williams or guys on the Ravens O line. They got some good ones like Ronnie Stanley.
What were your basketball numbers in high school, and how far did you throw shot put and discus?
Basketball numbers. My last year, I think I was like 12 and 10, probably a block a game, and then in discus, my furthest throw was a 165. Shot put, my furthest throw was like a 55.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm an athlete.
Do you feel like your 4 years at Kansas have prepared you to live in a state that does not have Whataburger?
Oh man, I forgot about that. You have to remind me. Now I'm getting older now, so I can't be eating I can't be eating Whataburger like that, so it's probably for the better.
You say that until you move, and then you realize it's not the case.
Nah, I'm used to it. It's all good.
Now, going back to the allergy, how serious is a cashew allergy? I know the peanut allergy can be deadly for some people.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a reaction? Is it something you have to really pay attention to?
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. I've had moments where I've had like very like trace amounts of cashew, and it causes a pretty significant reaction. So if I were to have any substantial amount, even maybe like half of a cashew, it would not be good. Maybe fatal.
When your brother went to Air Force, did he play or did he just enroll as a cadet?
He did. He played. He played guard. He went in as a defensive end, but then switched to guard.
Did he have it too? Did he have the allergy too?
He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah.
How did you discover that you had it? Did you have a reaction as a kid, or how did that come about?
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember my first reaction, but I've had my fair share, probably at least maybe 5, 6, 7, instances where I've had it and reacted. And luckily, like I said again, it's funny now. I can almost like sense cash is weird. Like if I even taste food, it's pretty quick. But I can't remember the first time I did. But I thought it was more than just cashews, but we ended up getting it tested out. It was just cashews and pistachios. So.
And pistachios.
Yeah, they're like family. They're I don't know the whole deal with it, but they're related. So.
What are the symptoms? What's the reaction?
My tongue will like start tingling. My lips will get itchy. My throat will swell up, and then I'll start sweating.
Okay, anything else, anybody? Okay, Hakeem, before we let you go here, just for purposes of correct pronunciations for our TV guys, can you say both your first and last name?
All right. Hakeem Adeniji.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that.